It's Lindsay for our Let's Talk with Lindsay with EFG Media, and we are here with Lurch today. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How's it going?
It's going good. So how long have you been producing music, and is that what got you into music?
Always kind of been into music. I've been producing since like freshman year, I want to say, so like 6 years, 7 years. But I haven't always produced rap beats. I've been producing rap beats for like the last 2 years. I started out doing like EDM music and stuff, but rap has just always kind of been like, I won't say easier, but it's always like I can start a beat like very quickly, rather than like an EDM song takes like days sometimes.
So I think one question a lot of people want to know is, how did you come up with your name?
I just kind of always thought my style of like music and just like thinking and writing and like art was just kind of always like dark and just like strange and weird. And like Lurch is the character from Addams Family, if everyone remembers. It's they're like not a housekeeper, but like the doorman,
butler, right?
the butler. And he was just kind of always like that big, like creepy, like quiet dude.
And that's how you feel your music is. Do you have a creative process that you go through when you start, making beats and stuff like that, or does it just come to you naturally?
A lot of the time, yeah. It just depends on like the sounds I'm hearing. Like I kind of like, if I'm working with like samples, I'll find a sample that really stands out, and figure out how much I need to like cut it or like really mess with it. But other than that, like if I'm like starting from scratch, I'll start with like a simple melody, and everything just kind of like falls into place. So just follow the melody, make sure the beat is like on flow with the melody. I don't know, like you said, maybe it just kind of comes to me sometimes.
Who would you say are like some of your biggest influences musically?
Some of the like artists that got me actually into like producing were like the Gorillaz and like Pink Floyd, like people that aren't even really like electronic music,
right.
But it's because like they don't really use like just like guitars or like natural instruments. They use like synths and stuff like that. So I was always wanting to do more with like synths and effects. So like they have like a really big like inspiration on me. Other than that, with just like music, all kinds of different music inspires me, like Black Sabbath, fucking Metallica, Megadeth, fucking like old school hip hop, like Brother Lynch, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, all the classic stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty much just like any kind of music. Like even Santana, like it was one of like the first like songs I was like excited to learn was like Europa, which is like one of the most beautiful songs in like the entire world. But I at some point in my life I stopped playing guitar for like a whole year and forgot how to play it. So.
Oh man. So the Fresno music scene seems to be getting bigger and bigger. What do you hope to see come out of Fresno?
Yeah, just more artists coming out of Fresno, more small businesses coming out of Fresno, people actually coming together, even like without like being separated by scenes or like groups or cliques or anything like that.
Right.
Because like we've been trying to throw like more like multi-genre shows, and I think that's been really good. Because like you're bringing like different crowds together, you're bringing like bands, rappers, DJs, we bring out, sometimes we'll have like vendors come out, people who are like artists who sell their art and their wares and stuff like that. So it's like there's a lot of talent and a lot of creativity.
Yeah, definitely.
And I really think that we can actually do a lot, and there can actually be like a big movement that we can actually start if like people really want to like come together and actually start something.
So you put on a show called Lurch and Friends.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
So the very first one I did was actually in this backyard right here with like a couple of my friends. Like and it was supposed to be just like a small thing. I didn't think too many people would come out. That was just like the people I just met and like started doing music with would come out. We'd all share music and like get messed up and like have a good time.
Yeah.
Turned out to be a big thing. A lot of people showed up, and it was like a big deal. 2 people had like videos shot for them for their music videos.
Oh, wow.
And then it was so like cool that like everyone asked like when are you gonna do the second one? I'm like, when are you gonna do another show like that? I'm like, I don't know. So like I just put it out there to a lot of people, and then like eventually I got it planned I had a second one. The second one is even bigger, and we had it at Tayuga Sequoia, which was really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it was a multi-genre show. We had vendors out there, artists out there showing their art. Obviously, it's a local place, so they were selling their beer,
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff going on, and I really want to do something like that again.
How did you link up with Big Smoke?
Pretty much just through like some friends from school. I've known him for a while now. We've been working together for like at least a year or two. A bunch of friends of mine. Okay, so at the time I only had 2 beats. I'd only made 2 beats. I showed them to a friend, and he's like, "Hey, getting together with some other dudes at Ramp. Come over." It's my buddy Chance. He goes by Explicit. He pretty much does like everything I do except for the beats. He raps and fucking guitar and everything. So we came over. I brought my computer and everything. Moses comes over first, I think. And I'm like, I think I know this kid, but I didn't say anything. And then everyone else comes over, and that's Coyote, Sky, and then Big Smoke. I'm like, man, I know all you guys from school. So I kind of already knew everybody, but we had just kind of linked up again through music.
Yeah.
So we were just like working together for like a good like month or so, few months, and then like, or few weeks, and then Smoke got flown out to like Texas, and then by the time he comes back, we had shows, and we've just been kind of all working together since then. Yeah. Pretty crazy stuff.
What is your favorite craft beer?
It's either a tie between, because I'm kind of like a pansy when it comes to beer, it's either a tie between like the Clusterfugle and Half Dome, to be honest. Like, I know they're like rival breweries, but it's like, come on, you guys both make good beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to drink good beer. They're both really good.
You also do a little bit of drawing.
I draw. I usually like to just do pencil and paper, and then fucking like pen, ink, markers.
What type of stuff do you like drawing? Do you have like a certain style, or?
Yeah, like it's like surreal and mixed with like nature and like just a bunch of like weird like trippy out there stuff that I kind of just like let my brain spit out on paper.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll draw like, oh, here's like some sexy girl, or here's like a cat skull with like tentacles around it, or
Yeah.
Sometimes stuff specific, but like when I'm just gonna sit and draw, it's usually just a bunch of random like crazy trippy looking squiggles and stuff.
Yeah.
My inspiration is just kind of like chaos and just like life itself, and just like
life is chaotic.
Yeah. Shout out to my homie Eddie G, Izo, who was here earlier, he left, dipped out. Caliente, Kelly Warner, Halinche, he's out there in Chicago right now. Big Smoke, son of a bitch, I love you, bastard. That album is the shit. It's already got like
Tell us where to find that album.
SoundCloud, it's on Big Smoke SoundCloud. I think if you look up Big Smoke, he'll pop up, but it's a black cat named Judah, all caps, on SoundCloud. The picture is like a cat smoking a blunt. Can't miss it. My music and my Twitter and my Instagram is beef_, it's an underline, STOO, beef stew.
Okay. And that's the same name for everything you said, right?
Yeah.
Beef stew.
Beef stew.
Just finished Let's Talk with Linsey B. It's our interview with Lurch, and it's a fucking wrap. Fuck you, motherfuckers.